can't believe it. We found the ultimate tool for helping kids with autism to enjoy making friends and build their social skills. And it's this. It's Lego. That's all it is. It's something as simple as Lego. Good Lego, Christos. I can't believe it. Like, who'd have thought something so simple would be so helpful? What I want to do today with Christos here is we want to show you what we're doing with kids and Lego to help bring kids out of their shell a bit and help it to be that on the way home from school, when your child is exhausted and tired and at their wits' end because they've been holding it together all day, they need something to look forward to. And that's what the Lego Club's going to be. It's going to be a social skills place that's worth looking forward to. Lego Christos, or Christos when you're not doing Lego.
Yes.
What is it about this program that you think the kids are going to love the most?
Michael, there are some things that actually really make me love the program. And if I was a kid still, honestly, I would have loved to be a part of this. And I will still be able to be a part of this, which is great. The first thing I love about it, it's just fun, full stop. Like, it's good to be able to play with Lego, especially like you said, if you've been at school all day and you're tired, you get to come home and play Lego with some other kids. And that's another aspect of it that's great, really collaborative. You know, you can sit and be by yourself and play with the Lego on your own, or you can do it interacting with the other people. You know, whether you want to do it by yourself or with others, you will still be in a group with other people that you're collaborating with.
It's funny you say that, Christos, because a lot of parents, when I first talk to them about it, will be thinking, hold on, so you're doing like Lego with kids who have autism to bring them out of their shell a bit, let them interact socially, but they're doing it on Zoom from home. Like, how's that collaborative? And I'm like, well, hold on, they're doing it from home on Zoom because they're relaxed at home, and that's where their Lego is. Like, I went and looked at my son's Lego and it looks a bit like this. Okay, like you try driving that somewhere, but it's like our kids don't want to drive somewhere. Our kids want to be at home. So Christos, how do you make it collaborative when we're at home in front of our Zoom screen making little spaceships? How do you do that?
Well, like you said, Michael, the first thing is, I just want to mention, like, being in your own safe space at home, fantastic. Who doesn't want to be in their own room or, you know, in their own lounge room while they're partaking in these activities? And how do we make it collaborative? Well, the whole time you are in a group with other people, and you'll be with a leader who might be asking some questions about a situation or a social skill, and might be trying to generate a bit of discussion between the kids, whether it's with some show and tell of something they've built, or just something that comes up between the kids. So there'll be many opportunities for kids to jump into each other's conversations, or just to bring something up when they feel comfortable.
That's really cool. I get so excited by this style of program because obviously, like, if you do speech or psych or OT, it's one-on-one, an adult with a child. It's very top down. It's very like,
yeah,
kids with autism, generally after a couple of weeks, they're going to start to dig their heels in. And obviously there's ways around that. And there's so much benefit in psych, OT and speech, so much, but our kids don't always get that benefit if they've shut down. Whereas, you know, exactly. Like, yeah, but while you're playing with Lego, you've let your guard down, you know. I love that. And we are all for all the speech, psych and OT your child can get. But if they're going to dig their heels in, well, we need something that's a bit more vibrant, you know. And what you're talking about with, you know, you're with your leader or your second leader and a little mini group of, like, say, 2 other friends. So there's like 3 of you with your leader. It's like, what could go right? You know, like, what else is it about this program that you get excited about?
Look, Michael, you're exactly right. Working with a speech a therapist or a psychologist is very helpful, but it's just that this kind of program offers something a bit different, and something that I think, like I said before, makes it a bit more fun, because not only are they getting the opportunity to practice what they're learning and what the skills are, but at the same time, it's happening in a natural kind of environment. It's not happening in a one-to-one with you and an adult or an expert. You know, there will be a leader there to sort of guide discussion or provide an example of a skill, but it's just kids hanging out with kids and kids talking with kids. And there'll be opportunities for a leader to give feedback where necessary. And kids can also get feedback from each other, which is lovely.
That's good.
And it's a natural environment.
True that. And things like learning to give compliments. Okay. It's like, we're not teaching you how to give compliments so you can go and do it tomorrow. It's like, oh, Christos, what's something positive and encouraging you can say to Kevin about what he's just built, you know? And then after, like, not that you as leader would do that, but you know, you'd say that to one of the kids, and then he gives a positive comment, and you're like, okay, Kevin, he's just giving you a compliment. What would be a way of responding that lets him know we heard him and that we liked being complimented? Like, what's something we could say back? So it's very real. Can I show you something else? Christos, this little guy, he's my little spaceman. Okay. So
He's
what I get,
awesome.
he is, I can't find another little guy with my son's Lego right now, but what we can do is we can also create social situations, which for little kids, you'd call social stories. For your teenagers, you'd call it social, whatever you want to call it. But the idea that, oh no, the spaceman is getting lost from his spaceship. I can't believe it. He is panicking. What does he need to do to be able to get back to his spaceship? You know, and we can talk about the emotional regulation. Or first, he's going to have to use his, say, secret agent society skills of using his deep breathing strategies or something to calm down. You know, and sorry, my phone alarm's going. Thanks, phone. And then, you know, like, okay, what's his next move? I'll tell you what, Christos, what could he do? He's calmed down. How's he going to get back? What could he do? Do you have any ideas?
Does he have little jet boosters on his feet? Maybe
Okay.
he can use those.
All right,
Or
let's
jet
check
pack?
in on that. I love how you think. And like, this is what our kids will do. And then the other thing is if this guy had a little friend, Christos and I were talking this morning about making some scenarios of conflict for kids that are not, they're not personal conflict. So if I go and I sit down with the psych and the psych's like, so tell me about like a time that your mum was annoying you and you got upset with her. Well, that's personal. That's like, we're already emotionally heightened before we even talk about it. But if we're talking about, you know, this guy's spaceship ran into your spaceship and he's got out and now he's cranky at you, but he's the bad driver. What can we say back after he's just told us we're an idiot? How do we want to respond? We've got options here. You know, like we can create these social situations. So for our little kids, they'll be silly social situations like that. For our early teens or mid-teens, they'll be different, sort of a bit more calm, sane social situations with less spacemen involved. But I don't know, I'm excited, Christos, because I can see good things happening and I can see kids coming out of their shell, and I can see, like, it's also that you get home from school and you've got some downtime to, you know, an hour of Lego time in a social group is not going to leave your child exhausted and heightened and cranky. It's going to leave your child, well, they have used emotional energy to be there and that while they were learning stuff, but it's going to leave them in a happy space. Is there anything else you think we really should mention about what's happening in Lego world and what our kids can gain from it, or anything that parents should be aware of?
I think the one last thing I'd like to mention, and this is probably my favorite thing about the Lego program, is that even though the main focus of it is social skills and building and practicing social skills, there's opportunity for the kids taking part in it to practice all sorts of skills, because you're playing with Lego at the same time. So they might be using some spatial or visual awareness as well, having to problem solve. If we give them like a building challenge, what's like the smallest amount of blocks you can use to build a tower this high. So they also get a chance to problem solve. And like you've mentioned before when we were talking, they get a chance to emotionally regulate as well. Because it's a bit intense if you're just sitting in a group and talking about things. But if you're there, you know, playing with some Lego, you don't have to be making eye contact with everybody and not all the attention is on you all the time. So you get a chance to think and talk, and you don't feel that pressure because there's something also going on.
That's right. And as leaders, we're not there to try and cram 100 new social skills into your child's skill set in a day. It's not about that. It's about the long term. So, you know, I know that, say, this week, the theme we're doing is how to get out of situations you don't like, such as, you know, if the supervillain's after you and you're a superhero and stuff. That's one skill. Like the magic of helping kids develop skills when they have autism is they will generally pick up skills fairly quickly if you focus on one skill and you break it down into steps. They've got it. Where kids will struggle is if you're trying to cram 4 different skills at them and it's not broken into steps. So, I mean, that's something that we're very deliberate about. Other things that we're very deliberate about, I guess, Christos, is things like, we're not here to put on the timer like Lego Masters. You've got 30 minutes to build this, because our kids will explode. Like, they're not built for that pressure. It's a relaxed time. So, I mean, if we were working with neurotypical kids, sure, we'd probably do that, but that's not our kids. Our kids need us to be gentle and calm, and also to accept that there will occasionally be tears. You know, like, kids get upset sometimes, and that's okay. We deal with that. We solve that together and we work through that, and we're still friends at the end of it, and see you next week. And we're happy to see each other next week. And it's like, it's all forgotten then. And there's a lot of smiles and a lot of laughter. And I guess the other thing, Christos, is, yeah, how much of the talk is off topic? I mean, maybe 10% of it's about Lego. The rest we're talking about our pet dog and our mum's birthday and all that stuff. So I don't know, Christos, I love what you're doing. Like Christos, you're one of the key leaders in this, and you've been a real driving force in getting this going, and you really believe in it. Like, I love what you're doing. And I'll bet our parents do too. And just thank you for what you're doing.
The pleasure's mine, Michael. It's fun. Like I said, I would have loved to do this if I was a kid, and I still get to be a kid and play with Lego with other kids. So yeah, there's parts of it I really love as well. So
that's so cool. It's a real leveler. I'm 43, but I'm no better at building Lego. I didn't build this, my son did. I'm no better than the kids who are like 8. You know, it makes your community. All right, thanks, Christos. Can't wait to see you in Lego again next week.
Can't wait either, Michael.